This is How to Souls. My name is Rach, and today I'm gonna accidentally hit my controller. Welcome back to our Elden Ring walkthrough. Last time we had a two-part intro on how to get the current build that we are sporting, and now this time we are desperate to just get out there and kill something. It's been hours. We haven't killed any bosses yet, if you don't count Soldier of Godric and Dadawil that Blythe helped us do. But yes, it's time now, finally, to start doing some caves, doing some catacombs. To start, we are going to go to a cave that is just north of the Church of Ella that I've warped back to here. Literally just north of the Grace up here. And you will see it just in front of you. There's a little guy sitting at fire just here. And then a cave in the wall that we're going to jump in here. This is Groveside Cave. It's a very, very short cave, a really good one to start with. The boss is pretty easy. It's really, really short. It's just got a bunch of wolves in it. So it's a really good place to start, to sort of wet our whistle, as it were. So because we're making some blood grease, we may as well put that on our bars. We're going to like eat through this boss like pretty quickly with this grease. Oh, and also we have spirit ashes, we've got the jellyfish, and we've got the wolves. So, once you go in, it's maybe worth pointing out that it's a bit dark. You can definitely get through this cave, no bother, without the torch, but we do have a torch in case you did want it to be a little bit brighter. But you literally just have all these wolves. These are not too much trouble by themselves, but if you were to jump down and fight them all at once, it could start giving you some bother. So we're just like sort of encouraging them to jump up one by one at a time, that's it. On the right here. When this big white one jumps up, err a little to the side of caution. And because this one has a lot more health, so done a little jumping attack on that, which has done it in one shot because our sword is mint. So, yeah, but that one does have more health than the others, so just be aware of that. If we drop down here, we've got a little thing to pick up. It's a cracked pot. So pots, you can use the crafting kit to make like consumables, explosives. So at the minute we can make fire pot or we can make cursed blood pot. So you get various different like recipes that we can fill the pots with. There's two different kinds of pots. There's cracked pot and there's, I think the other one's called ritual pot. I actually can't remember. There's two different kinds, so they can make different kinds of like fire bombs basically. We're picking up cave moss just as we go, just because we're just used to picking up absolutely everything as we go. Sometimes the wolves will drop bones, which is very good to pick up if you were looking to craft some arrows. Got some glowstones there. Golden rune off that boy. Okay, we'll go with it. Golden rune off that boy. And over here we have some silver fireflies. So it's all just crafting materials that you may as well pick up because you don't know when they're going to be useful. Cave moss in particular, if I'm not mistaken, we'll use for like curing poison. I'm pretty sure that's how you make the poison boluses. What have we got at the minute? We got blood loss boluses. We don't have the crafting recipes for a lot of things yet, but we will throughout the game. So it's worth just picking stuff up. It doesn't cost anything, doesn't cost any weight or that to pick stuff up. So you may as well. Just showing you here, this is how this area sort of loops around. So if you don't jump down and fight the wolves, you can sort of keep to the right and head towards the boss this way. And then that is literally what is just around this corner. So if we pick up another couple things of cave moss, this is the boss. He's a beastman. He's got like a two-handed weapon, not so dissimilar to our weapon, but we're gonna look to like really just the strategy with this guy is just kill him before he kills you. What a walkthrough. Our weapon is very, very powerful. So unless you literally stand there and let yourself get full comboed, we're going to do tons of damage to this guy. And he's not got a lot of health. So things to be aware is when he does a jumping attack, that covers a lot more ground than you think it will. So be aware of that. And also he does have a combo. Watch out for him roaring because that will buff him, make him do more damage. We've lost a bit of health, so we're going to restore that health before we go in. We're going to quickly... I confess, I forgot to equip the Flame Grant Me Strength, which we picked up in the last episode. You can buff yourself with that if you remembered to equip it. If you want, you can head back to the Grace and equip it there, but I can't be bothered because we have blood grease, that we're going to go ahead and put on our weapon here. So that'll make it do even more bleed damage. And our main strat here with this guy is going to be using the jump attack. So two-handed jump attack on the Beastman. So it's X to jump and then R1 to attack. Sorry, R2. I find it very hard to fight and talk sometimes. X to jump and R2 to jumping attack, yeah. And a lot of the time we're like jumping over his attacks, but just be aware that like if we're sprinting around, you could like jump right straight over him. Yeah, okay, that guy didn't even have time to explain. Yeah, he apparently he has attacks, but we wouldn't know because we have a +4 Bloodhound Fang and he just goes down super quickly. If you don't have a +4 Bloodhound Fang, you know, you can always bring your wolves or your jellyfish. And they can help you distract him. But yeah, that was very, very easy. Jumping attack, so this weapon. The Bleed Grace, we didn't even use the Bleed Grace because he didn't even stay alive long enough to get bled. Well, there we know. Don't bother wasting one. It doesn't even have enough health. I didn't realize how strong we were. It's really good. Right. After you beat the Beastman, you get a Talisman that is for fire damage negation. We're not really needing that at the minute, but it's good to know. We do have a bit of fire defense in the form of a Talisman going forward. After you beat the boss of a cave or dungeon. Oh, I forgot to mention. Sorry, I got very excited to like do this very quickly. When you're inside a cave, before you beat the boss, you can't like warp out of that cave. You're stuck in there until you beat the boss. But once you beat the boss, you can come here, return to the entrance here, or you can just go ahead and use the map to warp out somewhere else. So main things to look out for in this cave is it's just a really good one to start with because the boss is quite easy and because the cave itself is quite short. If you do die to the boss, like it's a super short cave, so it's like quick to run back and it's you don't get too frustrated. Our weapon is so powerful that it jump attacks, he shouldn't give you much bother. If you'd rather not get close, please feel free to use Flame Sling instead of the sword, and that works just as well. And also pick up a bunch of cave moss, that cracked pot, and some fireflies, a bunch of crafting materials in there to make sure that you pick up. Right, well, that's got to be the quickest flippin' walkthrough episode like ever, but I'm just keeping these nice and neat and just covering one area at a time. So next time we will go and cover Stormfoot Catacombs, I believe it's called. They all sound a bit similar, and that's going to be over here. So if you want to catch that one, you can subscribe, and then hopefully you won't miss it. And you can catch it on this channel, and I'll tell you how to go through Stormfoot Catacombs. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, Tarnished.